Yeah, I mean, obviously, I just told the team for 50 some odd minutes, I wasn't a huge fan of the Fordham football team, but obviously the last 8 minutes of the game, I thought we were pretty fantastic. So, I think we made a lot of mistakes. I think we came out kind of with a lack of energy, like maybe we thought the game was a foregone conclusion, and Lehigh played a great game. And, they certainly attacked us in a very good way, and outcoached us, to be honest, for the better part of the game. But we found a way to pull it out at the end. Our guys, stayed strong, and they played resilient football. So it was great to get a win, and at the same time, you can learn an awful lot from it.
Questions?
Yep.
Patrick League, Fordham Observer. I guess the first question, adjustments in the running game, because for most of the game, Trey Wilson and other running backs were largely ineffective, but they really played a part in the fourth quarter. What adjustments do you guys have to make that happen?
Yeah, I think they were getting extra help in the box from safety, and formationally, we were able to take him out of the run fit in the third and fourth quarter. Just kind of run away from him or take him out of it by going 3-by-1.
Dylan Balsamo, the Fordham Ram. So, you talked about how, So, you talked about how for a good while there it felt like a game that is very frustrating, but are you able to take those last 8 minutes and draw some kind of positive energy from it as you move forward?
Sure. I mean, anytime, we think we have a chance to be a pretty good team, sometimes you got to win ugly. And sometimes you got to find a way to win one where, it's hard to be emotionally on point every week, especially 5 weeks in a row. So, we're going into a bye week. It's our 9th game in a row, and the first 4 were, tough, to say the least. So, I just think, it looked like we were a little fatigued out there today, and I thought these guys, and I think on our end, a lot of guys thought maybe that, we were just going to be able to walk through this one and come out with a win. And obviously, Lehigh had other plans. They played a great game, and we were very, very fortunate.
And just as a really quick follow-up, so you talked about some kind of fatigue after 9 straight games, and obviously quite a few have been tough, especially in non-conference play. Is that something that in the coming years you'll think about when scheduling, big non-conference opponents like Nebraska or FAU?
Yeah, I mean, Nebraska kind of came up at the last second. We were supposed to have a different opponent, so it was very unique. We're pretty much scheduled out for the next 4 or 5 years, so our athletics department does a great job of scheduling. So I have no complaints. We just it's probably something I need to control better with practice.
The return of Zach Davis today, can you just comment on his usage and what you plan to do with him going forward?
Yeah, I mean, I think he felt good. He didn't feel great, but it was great to see him out there, and he's in the same spot from a health standpoint. He's in the same spot that he was in going into the game. He didn't make it any worse or anything like that. So we expect after the bye week, hopefully Zach's full strength.
Okay, another one. I just wanted to go through that play in the fourth quarter with Conway forcing the fumble that really turned things around. Can you just take us through that play on defense?
Yeah, we managed to. It was most of their runs went for 4 or 5 yards and or more, and we managed to kind of stop them at the line of scrimmage. And defensive coaches have been saying, we're saying to the guys all game, strip attempt, strip attempt, strip attempt. So Jimmy went for it. If you keep developing those habits, good things are going to happen. So we lucked out. That was a huge play in the game.
If I could just ask one more myself, in terms of the last 8 minutes and what changed for you guys, was it more of a sense of urgency, or was there a change in approach somehow? And as a follow-up to that, you appear to be a very well-tempered person, coaching-wise. Do things change when things are on the line for you?
I appreciate that. We talked to the guys a lot about never too high, never too low. I got a little frustrated in the first half today because I didn't love how we were playing the game, in terms of, we were getting into little petty one-on-one fights and, committing penalties that we shouldn't have committed, things like that. So that was frustrating. In terms of the last 8 minutes, to be honest with you, I think, the guys kind of put the previous 3.5 quarters behind them, and the energy you just felt the energy change on the sideline, and we attacked it and played good football. We were very fortunate to force that fumble, and these guys had a couple great drives, so good.
Great, thank you.
Questions for Tim?
General statement, just to start things off.
Yeah, it was a good team win. It was we came out a little flat offensively, I think, but we got it done when it mattered, and we can fix everything but a loss, as the coach says. So it was definitely a good team win.
On the drive, ending with the touchdown to Lynch, there were 3 third downs where you connected with Coca-Solas, like huge, obviously. In those situations, as a quarterback, is that somewhere where you're just looking for the open man, or are you looking for your guy, like coaches?
No, I'm just looking for the open guy. There's not like a specific person I'm looking for, but Fotis does a great job getting open. All these receivers do a great job getting open, and he made a couple of big third down catches, and that definitely helped us roll down the field and score for sure.
Right before we started here, you kind of mentioned it in passing. You might have thrown for 400 today, but it wasn't fun. So how can you, after a game where you've had some particular success, especially after this season as you continue to climb up the ranks here at the program, can you celebrate your individual achievements, or is it always tinted by how the team did?
I think it's always just about getting the win, you know what I mean? That's all really that matters, wins and losses, but, stats are always nice, but that's not really something I'm worried about. It's just making my plays, and I had a couple of plays there where I made the wrong reads and it hurt us offensively, but, we know what we can do when we need to score, and I think we made a couple of big drives at the end, so.
Any trash talk between you and the other DeMorat?
No, I didn't. I saw him after the game, but no, I didn't even see him out there at all. But.